Well, we have two more earthquakes to report. One happening last night about 8:42, had a magnitude of 2.3. Then one this morning about 3 o'clock, it had a magnitude of 2.1, so a little bit smaller, and it could have woken you up, especially if you were closer to the epicenter. But once again, all these earthquakes happening right along I-20 and Highway 12 in the Elgin and Lugoff areas. So in the Elgin and Lugoff area, since December 27th, we've seen 70 earthquakes. So with all of these small and shallower earthquakes, it could really start to take a toll on your home, especially your foundation. So be sure to check with Jensen Insurance Partners to see how they can protect your home from all of the earthquakes. They do a very great job, and they are local out of the Elgin areas. I've listed their website in the description above. So now switching over to your weather headlines, we're going to be warmer than what we saw to start July. We saw temperatures in the 80s to start July. Now we're going to make it back up into the upper 90s, but we're not going to see nearly as much rain as what we saw to start July. So we are going to be a bit drier, but we are going to keep the humidity around, so it is going to feel quite muggy outside. So with the high heat and with the humidity, we are going to see some dangerous heat index values possible. Not necessarily tomorrow. We are going to see some high heat index values tomorrow, but not necessarily in the dangerous category just yet. But our actual air temperatures are going to be right around the low to mid 90s. A couple of isolated showers possible in the upstate, maybe some in the Midlands, but I do believe if you are to the east of the upstate, you are going to be mostly dry. And now this future radar is overdoing it by a mile, but it does do a good job of showing you where these showers and thunderstorms could develop if they do develop. So we could see a couple of isolated showers and thunderstorms in the upstate, maybe some into the Midlands, but not nearly as much as what this model is suggesting. And it does continue into the late evening hours before eventually fizzling out about 12 o'clock on Wednesday morning. But once again, we're not going to see nearly as much activity as what this model is saying, because we do have high pressure to our east and to our west. So we are going to be mostly dry, but with the heat and humidity, we could see a couple of showers and thunderstorms start to develop, but not nearly as much as what that model is suggesting. So we are keeping a chance of a couple of showers as we head into your Wednesday, but it is going to be partly cloudy with temperatures starting to warm up into the mid, maybe even upper 90s for some spots. So now taking a look at our rain chances with those high pressures to our east and west, we are going to be mostly dry even as we head into your Friday. Friday, we start to bump up our rain chances to a 20 to 30% chance, but the majority of the rain is going to come over the weekend. We have a 40% chance of rain for Saturday and Sunday, then keeping it at 30 as we head into next week. Now check out the temperatures. The temperature is going to hang around into the mid 90s, eventually making it into the upper 90s by your Thursday and Friday. Then a stationary front that's to our north is going to start to creep down into our area, cooling off our temperature slightly. We are going to stay into the mid and maybe even upper 90s for some spots, even as we head into next week. Now, our dangerous heat index values, that's considered 105 and above. So we are going to see those heat index values start to make it about 105 by your Wednesday, 107 for Thursday, 108 for Friday, back down to 107 for Saturday, then once again back down to 102 as we head into your Sunday. Now, taking a look at your 10-day forecast, once again, we are staying mostly dry as we go through the rest of this week. 30% chance of rain does return. By your Friday, the majority of rain is going to come into your Saturday and Sunday, keeping a chance of a couple of showers even as we head into next week. But I do believe the majority of our rain is going to come this weekend. And once again, temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 90s towards the end of this week with dangerous heat index values. Keep it here at Will's Weather for all the latest information.